And we're back. What's up, everybody? We're here again with episode 4 of the Moss Show. Um, Appreciate you guys for tuning in and checking back in with us. Um, it feels like forever since we did our last episode, but appreciate you guys definitely for all the support each and every episode. But without further ado, we got my man's Christian Wade, legendary rugby player and a full-time football player now. See, Wade, what's good, baby?
What's happening, bro? How's everything? How's everything, bro? How's everything?
You know how it is, man. Just kicking it day in, day out. You already know.
How's the meetings, bro?
Mm, you know.
That's one thing that I definitely didn't foresee the amount of meetings that we do, bro. It's a crazy amount, but it's definitely helped increase my attention span, though. I tell
Long ass walkthroughs.
you, real,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, we definitely getting them in. Best believe we still getting those in day every single day, every single day.
Two a
But
day, still two a day.
ain't nothing changed. But appreciate you hopping on with me, man. Appreciate you hopping on with me. I know people been asking to get you on the show for a while, and I'm
Real.
like, yeah, yeah. I mean, believe it or not, people actually want to hear what you got to say.
Hey, what you mean? Why you say it like that, bro?
Nah, you know you a fan favorite though. You know you a fan favorite. Everybody loves C Wade. I ain't never met somebody that don't like this man or he don't go talk to them.
Hey, I just try to spread the love, man. You know how it is, bro. It's a hard life.
Yeah, nah, I'm already knowing. But
Ooh, okay.
yeah, yeah, with the mohawk,
The
that
throwback.
that that definitely out of style. I tell you that. That's
But
definitely gone. Mohawk is dead. It's dead. No more of that. That's
hey,
not coming back.
you know what? I was actually thinking about changing my hair and bringing it back, the mohawk.
What in 2021?
Yeah, bro.
No, you not. No, you not. No, you not.
Not crazy, but like a just a not.
If you get a mohawk, people gonna be able to slap you on two sides of your head. You don't want
Yeah,
that. And it's getting cold. And it's getting cold. You gonna want all the hair you can possibly have, my boy. I ain't gonna
no.
lie to you.
Hey, you see me? I'm already wearing my beanies, bro. I went the other day. I went out
Uh,
the front. The car was iced over. I was like, already November
yeah,
1st.
it's over. It's over. There's no more sun. It got some sun today though. It was weird,
Yeah,
but
that was
you ain't getting no more nothing now. It's all 50s, not even 50s. 50s hot in
yeah,
November.
40s, 30s.
40s, 30s, 20s, 10s. I got what you need, huh? But but
Yo.
I mean, you know, I know you now for about 2 years. But tell the people about Christian Wade. But tell the people about Christian Wade growing up in London. How was growing up in London? Um, because obviously everybody here is, all the listeners are from America.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell everybody kind of how it was for you growing up in London, and then kind of just how different that is.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, growing up. So I actually was born in a place called Slough, which is like the outskirts of, it's like the suburbs of London. And then obviously from there I moved to a place called High Wycombe, and then spent most of my time growing up in High Wycombe. So just regular childhood, bro. Um, went to school. I was heavily involved in sports. I was playing basketball, believe it or not. Yes, we play basketball over there. Um, that was actually my favorite sport, bro. That's when I was growing up. I actually wanted to get a scholarship and
Mhm.
go to the NBA, bro. That was like my thing. But hit probably about 13 years old, was still short. So
Yeah, you realize that wasn't gonna happen no more.
even if you think about it hard enough, well, at the time I didn't really know, but that's a very, very kind of impossible kind of path to follow. You know, being from the UK to then become an NBA player, even get a scholarship and stuff. So yeah, that dream died fairly quickly. But I was involved in sports, you know, soccer, football, what we call over there. That was my, you know, my also one of my favorite things to do. And rugby wasn't in the equation at all. You know, all most of us want to do is play football because that pays the most, and that's, you know, what gets you the girls and stuff. So everybody wants to do that. You feel me? Well, I'm married now, so I don't have to worry about that stuff.
Oh, we're gonna talk about them girls, huh?
Just before I throw that in there real quick. But yeah, man, getting into rugby was probably the last thing on my list because I didn't like getting in, you know, being in the mud. You know what I mean? I didn't want to give my mom too much laundry to do. So, you know, getting all muddy wasn't my thing. But as you can see here, after playing it for years and years, I grew to love the game, and you know, can't stay off the floor. Every time I score, I'm diving in there, getting, you know, as muddy as possible. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but you didn't want to play. You say you didn't want to play rugby at first. Why didn't
Yes.
you want like elaborate? I know it was not just getting muddy. Like
Yeah. Nah, there was there was more to it. I mean, the biggest thing was that there weren't really no role models in the game, you know. So rugby is kind of like an upper class sport, you know, middle to upper class. So like most people who play the sport, you know, they go to the private schools, people with money to be able to send their kids to private school, which is effectively a boarding school. So, you know,
yeah.
I didn't see myself playing that sport because, you know, we just don't play that sport, you know. And it wasn't until I went to the Royal Grammar School in High Wycombe, which is basically, I think you call them charter schools over here. So
Okay.
it's, you don't pay to go there, but it's like it's you know, you get extra attention, you get more the work's a little bit harder than just going to a regular like state school or high school. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
went
went
to a
to
charter
those.
school for 3 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. So I was privileged enough to go there because, you know, my grades in school were good, which meant that I was eligible to go to this school. And at that school, you know, you had more middle class there. So they actually didn't play football. So I wasn't able to play soccer. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a bit weird, but you know, my parents always brought me up on like, you know, you could do sports and like, you know, be open minded about what you want to be, but you always have to put school first and make sure your grades are good. Otherwise, they wouldn't let me do nothing. They wouldn't let me go out. They wouldn't let me do this. So my school grades was always mediocre. You know what I'm saying? I was one of those dudes who just did enough so I could go play sport. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you. I hear you.
So so that's what I did, bro. And then ended up going to this school, and yeah, that's where I ended up playing rugby. They see me, I was the small fast kid who nobody could catch. So they was like, yo, put him on the wing, let's give him the ball and let him, you know, run around everybody and score. So that's really how I started off my career, and that's really how I ended my career, you know what I mean? Scoring tries. You know, people used to come and see me play at school, and then they would come and see me play, you know, 10 years later when I was as a professional, and be like, yo, it's literally, you've been doing this since school days. So
Yeah.
that's really how I got into it, bro. But yeah, I didn't want to play that, man. I remember it, the first kind of time I was playing rugby, the season starts in September, and it got to like November, December, and to see the same way we're talking about it being cold, it's not as cold as this in England, but it's close.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, you trying to get me to wear these small shorts, just like, you know, small t-shirt with no pads, nothing, no gloves, and run around in this cold. So you can imagine how I was the first few years, bro. Like not wanting to play, you know, just being in the changing room or the locker room, and the coach has to come in and like say, yo, practice is about to start. So yeah, man, it was uh it was a weird way to come into the sport, but eventually, yeah, I grew to love it, bro. And it took me all over the world. You see me here playing for England, and then, you know, was able to play. I actually, an interesting fact about me is I was kind of picked up in the academy while I was in school at the age of 14. and I was with the same club the whole way through. They were the ones who signed me at 18, and then I was with them the whole way through my career until I retired. So they were called London Wasps when they first signed me,
Hmm.
and then they rebranded, you know, in the middle of my career, and then now they're called Wasp Rugby. But I was a one man club, bro. One man.
Okay.
Stay
Okay.
loyal to the end. You feel me?
No trade. I ain't asked for no trade. This is where I
Nah.
want to be.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, all right, but you said the word try, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what you guys call touchdowns, right?
Yeah. So try
Okay.
we call it try in rugby. When you score a touchdown in rugby. So it's a little bit different because in football you just have to get into the end zone
Yeah.
and have 2 feet on the ground, or the ball has to break the plane and before any other body uh, makes contact with the ground. In rugby, you have to cross the line and be in the end zone, but put the ball down with downward pressure. So that's
Mm.
why when I score, I usually just dive. The reason for us diving is usually because you don't want anybody to come behind you when you're putting the ball down
Yeah.
and knock the ball out, because then it doesn't count. So you could be in the end zone and get tackled, and like, because you didn't put the ball down with downward pressure, like let's say they held you up like this and the ball's on,
Yeah.
you're like this, then it doesn't count. So you could do all that work and still not score, and then it'll be like, held up, and now the other team gets the ball going the other way. So yeah, that's the difference between tries and touchdowns.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just learned something new.
Hey, one other thing, a try is worth 5 points, whereas obviously a touchdown is 6.
Mm.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is though, so we do 5 when like the same way you score in football. You can either go for a 2 point or you can do for the extra point kick. When in rugby, you score a try and it's 5 points, and you automatically get a conversion attempt. If you make it, then it's 2 points. So they
Yeah.
add up to 7. But I thought that was quite interesting. A little bit of trivia for the people. Them, you understand?
Now I know you be sore. I know you was sore after those games because we wear all these pads, and you want to know a funny thing? It's just weird. Um, this lady yesterday that works for State Farm. I was on a call with my insurance people because I got those two cars,
Yeah.
but I was on the phone with the insurance people, and the lady was actually like British.
No way.
Yeah, it was a lady and she was British, and I'm like, what the hell? Like in my head, I'm like, really? And then she's like, and the dude that's the dealership dude, he's talking on the phone with him as well. Blase. Like I don't know. I doubt obviously she's in London right now. I think she's in
Yeah.
the States right now. But
Right.
somehow, some way he ended up telling her my name. And I guess she watches football. But she
Mm-mm.
was like, I wish you all the best in the rest of your season. Um, but I have to tell you that you guys aren't as tough as we are because you guys wear all those pads.
It's crazy.
I'm happy I just remembered that, and that was funny that it literally just happened last night. And I
Yeah.
seen you last night. I could have told you, but I didn't even think about that.
I was gonna say, did that happen before or after I seen you, bro? Because
Yeah, it was
keeping
before.
you be keeping those secrets from me, bro.
It was before, but that was funny. Like that leads into my question. Like I know y'all was sore because I be sore and we wear all this stuff.
I tell you what's crazy though. That's probably my favorite word since I come to America, bro. I say that all the time. Everything's crazy, bro. But um, as a running back,
Hmm.
okay, so in rugby, the position of a running back, yeah, I don't think that what I played in rugby as a winger is the equivalent, because pretty much like most players, you're like getting hit or hitting, trying to hit somebody. When I in
Yeah.
rugby, I'm not really doing all that stuff all the time. Like I have to do a lot more running, like up and down the field. Kind of like in defense, I'm almost like a safety. So I have to like patrol the backfield, like run back, chase kicks, like all kinds of stuff. And then um, on attack, I'm the guy on the edge, so I'm kind of like more like a receiver, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'll be sore after games, but it all depends on what type of game it is. Like if it's wet or it's cold and and the ground's heavy, then I'll probably be more sore after a game because I'll be doing more work, like more running, more hitting, more contact. Whereas if it's like a dry game and we're throwing the ball around, then I won't really make much contact. One, because when I have the ball, no one's touching me because I'll just make everybody miss. But two, I just guess the ball just moves around more, and because I'm having to cover more distance, I'm not making as many hits. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it all depends on what position you play, bro. But I think that in terms of soreness, I would have to say that for me personally, I was more sore after a football game, bro. I think
Okay.
it's because of the helmets and the pads. I think that's what makes it that way because everyone feels invincible.
So you saying take off the helmet, take off the pads.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Dudes ain't finna be hitting each other like that no more, huh?
Bro, think about it, bro.
That's true, because I'm not trying to hit nobody with my bare shoulders.
Like if you had to and that was part of the game, you would do it and you would go hard. But like in rugby, we all have, we get taught from a young age like how to tackle properly because there is no protection in it. Like your technique is what protects you. Otherwise, you could break your neck, be paralyzed. You could damage somebody else as well. So like like the cut block, you can't do cut blocks as a tackle. And so if you got that's why when I say like in rugby, I have to tackle like 200-300 pound men. That's just normal. Like, and there's no cut block. I need to have proper technique.
You actually gotta go tackle this.
Yeah. Otherwise, you getting run over like a pancake, bro. It's crazy. It happened to me a couple times, bro. Can't lie, but you win some, you lose some.
Okay, I feel you.
But yeah, I think the football stuff, bro. Like I'm more sore after a football game. I would say for my position. Someone else,
you be in the ice tub, boy.
Hey.
You be all up in that ice tub.
Yeah. Need that, bro. Need it.
Yeah, you definitely do. I don't know how I'm gonna keep getting in that thing right now, boy. It's getting too cold to be getting in the ice tub and then hop out and then walk outside. You feel like an ice pop. I don't really know. I don't know.
Hey, you have to do the cryo, bro, because it's a quick hit. It's a quick hit, bro, and you warm up a lot quicker too.
I don't warm up a lot quicker, bro. I do that cryo machine. I do it, and then I still be cold when I come home. It takes like an hour. I'm like, bro, this is like that thing gets to negative 180 degrees.
Yeah, it is crazy though.
Like it's great because it make you feel good. And talking about it, I gotta be positive about it right now because I'm supposed to be getting it tomorrow, so I gotta be positive.
Hey, think positive thoughts. Think summer. Think Florida, bro.
That's where we going. We going to Jacksonville tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
So maybe why do you wait till you get down
there? Nah. It's gonna be a smooth like 75. Trees, palm trees gonna be out there. Bro. Everything gonna be swinging.
Hey, you know what? Don't gas me up, bro, because remember I don't get to go down there this week. Look at him. He's ready in Florida right now.
In Buffalo, it's a smooth 35.
I'm looking right now.
You can take the ice off your windows and put it in a cup of tea.
Yeah, it's a 37 right now.
Yeah. I actually just came from outside though. I had on the same shirt. It was a long short sleeve. I wasn't even cold.
Wow, yeah. But you was out there last night in the rain.
Oh yeah, you seen me last night. No socks on.
But that's because you
slippers.
Toes.
Yeah, thugging it.
Toes out, pedicure done, fresh. Jeez.
That cold probably messed me up. Now I gotta go get another one.
I hope you tell everybody about your pedicures, bro.
Oh, yeah. You put me on the best. I ain't gonna say nothing about it because they ain't paying me to say nothing about it. You know what I mean?
Don't plug it like that.
I'm gonna talk to him next time. I'm gonna be like, yo, I got this thing going. I can put it out there, but need a donation, B.
Free tuning for me and my peoples for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'll take that. Give me just free ones. Yeah, I'll take that. That's even better. That's even better. Maybe, yeah, we'll see. But tell me about, who do you think? This is a good question. I think this is a good question. Who do you think could play, like NFL players? Who do you think could stop playing football and become a professional rugby player like tomorrow? Like, who would actually have some type of success in the game?
I mean,
and it don't gotta be obviously from our team. It could be just players around the league. Like, who do you think would be? Name 3 players that you think would be really good rugby players if they stop playing NFL football.
So I would automatically go to like special team players, only because with rugby you have to be good at like an array of different things, whereas in football you can be more specialized and like be be amazing at blocking, and like no one can get past you and like you block anything. So that's your thing. In rugby you have to be like, let's say if you had like 10 things that you had to do, you need to be like a 6, 7 out of 10 on all of them to like be a great player and stuff. But in terms of like switch over, I want to say I think that somebody like I do think Lil Dirty would do all right playing rugby. I know he's small, but like he got great footwork. I've seen him play defense too, so I know he could tackle, or at least get in the way.
Get in the way.
And then he's got great hands as well, so he can catch.
Yeah.
So really, that's like for me. I would look at those things like who's great, who looks like they can bang, and good in contact, who's got good hands, because you have to, in rugby obviously you have to be able to catch and pass.
Yeah.
And then who has like great attacking abilities as well. That's really what I look at. But yeah, Lil Dirty. I'm trying to think who else. I want to say Taiwan, but I don't know if I trust his handle.
I'm gonna make sure I pull this part and send it to him.
Nah, don't put it
on your ass.
Put it in there, bro.
Okay,
hey,
so
put it there.
So special teams players would probably be the best overall rugby players if you had to.
Like if you had to like take for me to take more of a educated like guess, because I don't know everybody's attributes. It's either offense, defense, or special teams. But special teams you have to do a bit of both in it. So who I think would do good as well, actually? Reggie, because he's big body, he can run fast. I've seen him bang too, and he's got good hands. You know what I mean?
No,
so
Reggie definitely would be good. Yeah. That's a good one. I can see that. I can see
Reggie,
that.
Bro. He's someone that's like, that's good too, and he's got like some size to him as well. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's what I would say. And I think there's what's his name? I always forget his name, bro. But he plays for the Patriots. But he played rugby for America, for USA, and he's obviously played for the Patriots. And I always forget his name. It's so bad, bro. But he plays special teams, and he's also a safety. So he's like a prime example. He slots in and out of rugby and NFL like it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Tell the people what was the hardest thing for you from just transitioning from rugby to American football. Like, what was the things that you would think that stuck out to you the most about that transition and trying to learn?
Oh, there you go, Nate Ebner. Yeah, that's his name.
He got the name. There you go.
I always forget. And I know he's probably, if he sees this, he's probably be like, oh, look at this guy's a jerk. He's a jerk, man. But nah, the biggest thing, when I first came over, I actually was thinking that, everyone's talking about the playbook. So I was thinking playbook, like, that's the hardest part, like learning the playbook. But then when I came over here, and I started getting into it, learning the game, learning plays and stuff and different concepts, I realized that the playbook is probably the easiest part
Yeah.
because it's just spending time in the playbook and it's just like revising. You have to just remember stuff.
Yeah.
So if you put the work in, you're gonna remember it, and you just keep practicing it. So after very quickly I realized that no, that's not the hardest part. So like this whole time I was worried about how am I gonna digest all of this. It's probably the easiest part. The hardest part for me, bro, was adapting to the like new skill set. Like how to block, how to read blocks, how to read like the blocking schemes, and you know how it is as a running back. It's a lot of it is to do with like having a feel for it. So I've never played the
Instincts.
game. Yeah, instincts and stuff like that. So I got certain instincts to like, make people miss and whatnot. But the other like football instincts for me was like, it was quite hard, when you couple those things with the like, having to block or reading blocking schemes and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and especially you got to think from my point of view, like I've never played the game. I've never even played like a pickup game or any of that stuff. So my first game was when I came here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my first like my first think about it like this, yeah. My first like full scrimmage where I went against the defense, bro, was in rookie minicamp. That's like May 2019. And then my first ever game was August. That's nuts, isn't it?
That's
So,
fast.
like, literally,
That's
I
fast.
really just like, playing this game based off like my own instincts and like my own kind of abilities and stuff
Yeah.
like that, coupled with, you know, just trying to learn the basics, like what's a flat route, how do I take a proper handoff, how do I catch the ball the right way, and you know, just little basic things like that that you guys would have been taught when you was 5, 6 years old. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's definitely true. Like you learn all that stuff literally at the age of what, 27, 28, trying to learn how to play
Yeah, bro.
football,
Like,
where
yeah,
we were getting taught that stuff like 10. Some of us even younger than that. That's when I started playing ball when I was 10, but I wasn't even playing running back then.
yeah,
But like, I definitely understand what you mean. Like that transition is definitely tough. Just trying to learn, because when you're younger, you got to learn all this stuff pretty fast and everything like that as well. So
yeah.
no, I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's nuts, bro. So you see, like, the first part of my transition was, um, when we went to IMG. So like a lot of the clips and stuff you might see will be of me. That's me doing those actions like for the first time, like ever in my
Yeah.
life. It's like when I think about it, because everything happened so quickly, and like where I am now, and then I look back, I'm like, bro, this is crazy, bro. Like that was the first time, like ever, like doing that. It's
Yeah.
nuts, bro.
I mean, we talking about the transition of from playing rugby to playing American football.
Yeah.
So, I mean, tell us about how hard it was, or if it was hard for you to give up playing rugby at the age of 27 after having so much success in rugby. I mean, you left pretty much everything behind to challenge yourself in a new sport in a new country. Just tell us about how hard that was for you to leave, everything behind, your family, um, the sport that you had so much success in.
Well, it kind of, for me, like it was kind of like a decision I made over time.
Hmm.
So, I've been a professional athlete since I was 18. So that's like 12, 13 years now. So
Yeah,
by the time I had left rugby, I was it was a calculated decision that I had made, and I had got to a point in rugby where I felt like I had accomplished all I wanted to accomplish,
hmm,
and I was looking for a new challenge. And so when the opportunity to come to the NFL and try to make it onto one of the teams came about, I knew that was something that had been on my mind since, you know, a young kid, like wanting to play in the NBA. But then also over the years, a lot of people saying like, yo, you should try NFL. Like, we think you would be good. And, you know, it was just like a little, I guess it planted a small seed in my mind. And, you know, when the actual opportunity became a reality, I knew I had to just try and take it, bro.
Yeah.
Because I knew that, you know, if I didn't, that when I looked back on my career as a sports person, you know, 50, 60, 60 years old, I didn't want to be that old guy like, you know, I could have gone to the NFL. You know, I could have done this. You know, I would rather be like, yo, I did this, I did that, I did this. You know what I mean? And have a story to tell rather
Yeah.
than just, you know, being one of them guys.
Nah, that's what's up. You definitely could have been like, yeah. I know a lot of dudes be like, yeah, you know, I could have played in the NFL, or
Yeah,
you know, I had a shot to go to the NFL and all that type of stuff. But that's from a whole different side of why they be saying that. But
yeah, yeah.
uh nah, that's dope though. Like, you know, like obviously I don't think I ever asked you why you stopped playing rugby and came uh to try the NFL thing. And I think it's pretty cool that the NFL has that program um, that you're in that allows you to be able to come over here and learn this sport, um, you know, and just give you the opportunity. Yeah, I think what's it called, the NFL UK
Yeah, so
program?
you basically have the international pathway program.
Hmm.
It's run by the NFL UK or NFL International. I think is the business name for it. But it was definitely, bro. Like I was saying, it was definitely a tough decision to make. You know, I did obviously have to leave all my family, my friends, everything I know to come over here. And
Yeah,
I think that, you know, if it wasn't for like my wife now, Lisa, um, then it would have made the transition a lot harder. It also would have. I don't know if I would have been as like um, decisive. You know what I mean about
yeah,
wanting to take that opportunity. But because I knew, you know, we was together. She was American. Like it was also like, you know, this will be kind of cool. Like I'm on your side of the world, doing something I've always wanted to do, and the time's right. You feel me? So
yeah,
a, a lot of it, you know, came down to like, you know, me being with Lisa, but you know, it was definitely like a tough decision to make. But like I said, the time was right. You know, I was where I was in rugby, and I was looking for a new challenge. So the other options, in case people were wondering, were to either go and play in France, in Europe, um, go over to South America, the Southern Hemisphere. So that's like New Zealand, Australia, or South Africa,
yeah.
um, or even I was looking at trying to go over to Japan as well. They do have a league over there, which is very big, and they do get some great players going over to play and compete. So
They playing rugby in Japan.
yeah, bro. Like teams like
I'm about to hop on YouTube.
yeah, teams like
Check that
Canon,
out.
yeah, teams like Canon, Mitsubishi, Toyota,
Mm.
like all the, you know, a lot of the big Japanese companies own rugby teams, and you know, that's, you know, so the sport is very big over there. And in fact, Japan were in the last World Cup, bro, and
Yeah,
they beat Scotland. So you know, yeah, it's definitely an up and coming country like in the rugby world, bro. They actually got some great players.
I feel like rugby is like super. Like that's it's like. What do you think is bigger? I mean, obviously, I think rugby is bigger because it's played in so many different countries.
Yeah,
But like, what was like the difference, like, uh, between playing, like, you know how the NFL, the teams, we have 32 teams, I believe,
yeah,
and we all play for cities.
yeah, yeah,
And some teams is pretty much like a state because you may be the only team in that state,
yeah. True, true, true.
right? But what is for rugby? You play for a nation, right?
Yeah, so it's like we basically it's the same as the Premier League, so like soccer. So
Mhm.
like, you know, we basically you have club teams and then you have national teams. So rugby is a international sport. So across the world there'll be like various different leagues and various different tiers. So the top league So that's the top, the highest tier. In England will be the um, Premiership rugby, and then
Yeah.
obviously you have Premier League for the English Premier League for football, and then you have like the other leagues and stuff. And so it's like that across all, every country in the world. And then what happens is from that top league with all these clubs, they basically pick the best players to represent your country. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then what happens is there's now competitions between the countries. So we have just probably coming up this month, autumn internationals. That's throughout November. They'll have 4 international games where England will play against, some other teams. And then next year they'll have another competition as well. And then obviously every 4 years we have the World Cup. So that's really how it all works. And I guess that's why, when you look at it, rugby as a whole is more widespread across the world. But, the NFL is really like a brand. It's very entertaining. They have the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, stuff like that. So, NFL will be, a much bigger sport. I don't know how you would explain that, but you know what I'm saying though. You can see
Yeah.
the
No, I get you.
like, people don't play American football everywhere, but as a whole, commercially, football's way bigger. But rugby is, it's all over the world. Like people they play in India, Fiji, like small countries like that, and they're really good. But Canada, America, Uruguay, Argentina, like Argentina have a team in rugby and they're sick, bro. They're like number 8 in the world. So yeah, it's just more widespread, bro. But
Yeah. I'm
both great.
surprised. I'm surprised America hasn't gotten uh on that wave yet.
I mean, they're on it, yeah, but it's like you already got main sports, innit? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So you got football, you got basketball, and you got baseball.
Rugby's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I don't even know when it started. I don't know if I mean it's been around for a while. I don't know if it's been that long though.
Yeah, because y'all got like I know I want to go to London because everything there looks like
Oh,
the building looks that like it's a good old though. It's a good old because it's like an old that's like makes everything look kind of cool, like super
I know what you mean.
historically. You know what I mean? Like when
That's
you
how I
see
feel.
stuff old here, it's like, yeah, that shit old. But when you see stuff like the pictures of London, like you see these big ass buildings with like the little, exactly like this picture, things with the top with the
The House
clocks
of
built inside of them.
House
Oh,
of the
this is
Parliament.
yeah, like
Big.
oh, this building was built in the 1500s. Like
Yeah. Nah, it's kind of lit though. I know what you mean, bro. You know what it is? It's because a lot of these buildings are owned by like the Queen and the royal family and stuff like that. So they're what you call like listed buildings. So it means that ever since way back when, it's like protected. So they renovate. They have like it's like sacred buildings. You feel me? So
yeah,
you can't touch, you can't change the structure or anything. So it's like however that was built the first time, is how it's gonna be. So
okay. I'm happy you brought up the Queen, right? Because no, it's funny because like growing up, you always see movies with kings and queens, right? And then I don't know when I actually found out that there was an actual real life king and queen. I was like, nah, ain't nowhere in the world.
you
They
feel
got
as
these.
if it was fake.
I thought it was just like a movie thing. Like growing up, the whole time, I'm like, oh, this is a movie thing in a sense. Because I did, I mean, I'm from Miami, so I didn't know like nothing really much. Like we wasn't getting taught about like London and
Yeah,
all those type of things and like the whole UK. I wasn't thinking about none of that stuff.
yeah.
So I don't know when it was. Like I don't know when it was, but when I learned that it was an actual king and queen, I got like super fascinated. But I don't want to get carried away because I'm gonna come right back to that. I gotta ask you this question. While
I
we, because that's my segment of the UK versus America. That's all. That's all intertwined in here. You thought we were gonna talk about rugby the whole time? Nah,
nah.
nah. But I mean, about this last question about rugby and everything like that. And I mean, this is more of a football question, but tell me kind of how it was when you got that call or text or email, whatever it was, from Brandon Beane letting you know that the Buffalo Bills were gonna pick you up.
Well, I think there was, well, not even I think, I know there was like the film crew and stuff that were there, because the NFL UK had basically said that, we're expecting a call today to find out, like, you know, what team you're going to, because they had told
Yeah.
me, like, yo, you're going to a team, but I didn't know where. So they invited me to the NFL offices, and then that's when I got the call from Brandon Beane. And I had, my dad, my younger brother and stuff. And, he was just like, welcome to the Bills. I was just like, yo, this is crazy. For me, it wasn't necessarily the team, because for me, I was just like, yo, if I get on any NFL team, like, I'm gonna be grateful, because that's like, one of the highest honors you could ever have. So, I was just like, yo, this is crazy. I couldn't really believe it was happening, because I've seen, watch like Hard Knocks and like, movies, draft day and stuff like that. So not that this was draft day, but just to get the call, just the whole occasion, like,
Yeah.
this is Brandon Beane, general manager of boom, boom, boom. I'm just like, yo, this actually happening, bro. This is nuts. You know what I mean? So yeah, just like in a whole array of emotions, I was just smiling. I couldn't really speak I was speechless for a while, to be fair. Like, I just didn't know what to say in it. Didn't know what to say, bro. But yeah, it was a great feeling. I was just happy I could share it with my family.
The real question is, did you cry?
Nah, I never cried, bro.
There you go.
I'm one of them people that like if I cry, yeah, no one would know, innit? I'm not crying in front of nobody. I'm not crying in front of anyone, fam.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I ever see you cry, I feel like that'd be so funny.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I ain't crying, bro.
Like, I don't even know what type of cry you look like, because you look like you might be a tweener. You might be a little loud, but you might be quiet. I feel like you're, close to the quiet side.
How you cry?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't cry. I don't really cry.
What do you mean, bro?
It's very rare. Like, if I cry, like, that means I actually am like either super pissed or not even pissed. Not even pissed. Like, you just know I'm like super done. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm like, it's to that point to where it's like it's moved everything past me to be like whatever, and then like it just bothers you that much, or or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm not no crier. Not meaning you can't cry. You can cry if you want to cry.
Yeah. You're supposed to. You should. Let me, but I'm just one of them guys who will just like purposely. I'm not crying, innit?
Yeah, I grew up not crying. Like, you ain't have time to cry.
Why am I crying for? If I cry, I used to be like, "What? Why are you crying? Like, I can give you something to cry for if you need something." That's why you need something to cry for. Or...
Hey, that's exactly what was going on. That was exactly what they were saying. I give you something to cry about. That's exactly what was going down.